This June, daughter of charity, Sister Carol Keehan will retire as the President and CEO of the Catholic Health Association of the United States. After 14 years of leading this largest group of nonprofit healthcare providers in the country. A fierce advocate of affordable and accessible healthcare for all, especially for those made vulnerable and pushed to the margins of society, Sister Carol perceives solidarity as the moral foundation for healthcare reform and respect for dignity as the guidepost for the standard of care. For 50 years, Sister Carol has held positions in administration, supervision, and governance in Catholic hospitals and healthcare systems. Her educational background in nursing and business administration equipped her well to see all sides of a ministry, built in many ways by the labors and wisdom of generations of women religious in the United States who established the world's largest and most successful not-for-profit healthcare network. She earned a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing from St. Joseph's College in Emmitsville, Maryland, and a Master of Science degree in Business Administration from the University of South Carolina. Her accomplishments have been recognized with honorary degrees and countless awards, including the prestigious Pro Ecclesia et Pontifice by Pope Benedict XVI. In 2010, Time magazine named Sister Carol one of the 100 most influential people in the world. In 2014, she was elected as a member of the National Academy of Medicine, which advises the national and international community on public health issues. Sister Carol was instrumental in advancing the Affordable Care Act and has been a representative to the International Federation of Catholic Healthcare Associations of the Pontifical Council for Pastoral Health Care. She also has been a member of several health, labor, and domestic policy committees of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops. After 5 decades of service, Sister Carol still exudes the grace and compassion of those healers and ministers who recognize that in the face of suffering and illness, people need, I quote, a health system, caregivers, and a church that asks what we can do and how we can help make things better, end quote. In recognition of her tireless and prophetic efforts calling church and society to minister to the health and well-being of the total person across the spectrum of life, no matter their circumstances. The faculty and board of trustees of Catholic Theological Union are proud to confer upon Sister Carol Keehan, daughter of charity, the title of Doctor of Ministry, honoris causa.
Thank you all very much. I always feel compelled when somebody reads my CV and says, and reminds people of the Time magazine 100 most influential people in the world. Don't take it too seriously. It's me, Lady Gaga, a few dictators. It is definitely not the communion of saints. Thank you very much to Father Mark Francis and the Catholic Theological Union faculty and board for this great honor. I have long admired CTU. Congratulations to today's graduates. You have so much to be proud of. And as Bishop McElroy said, and I too want to say, I'm well aware that you've worked much harder for your degrees than either Bishop McElroy or I did. But we are proud to join you as alumni of CTU. All of us should be very grateful to you for choosing to do advanced studies in theology at this time in the church. As you are well aware, the church has great need of you in this challenging and historic time. Some have characterized it as the biggest crisis in the church since the Reformation. More heartbreaking than that comparison has been the revelations of so much suffering and the scandalous and harsh response to it by some who were most responsible for protecting the people of God, especially the children. Added to that is the heartbreak of watching so many walk away from the church, so many who do not want to hear Christ's message because of the behavior of some of his messengers. Your commitment to making your life's work the study and sharing of that message is so inspiring and heroic at this time. I look at it as the perfect response to Christ's question in the 6th chapter of St. John's Gospel. And you, will you also walk away? Your commitment echoes Peter's response on other occasions, saying, "To whom shall we go? You have the words of everlasting life." I was so encouraged and impressed by the mission statement of Catholic Theological Union. You speak of your mission in these words: to prepare effective leaders for the church, ready to witness to Christ's good news of justice, love, and peace. How much we need witnesses of Christ's good news today. We have such credibility problems that words won't really help. It is witnesses that are desperately needed to regain the credibility to effectively proclaim Christ's message. What an incredible witness your lives are. They proclaim louder than any words could. This message is so wonderful, so important, and so life-giving that I will make understanding it and sharing it my life's work. It also witnesses in a very important way that Christ's message and his church are grounded in the Gospels, not in the behavior of the hierarchy or some organizations of the church. True, they have a solemn responsibility to reflect the gospel. But when they do not, it is flawed humanity, not a flawed gospel. It is when we need to ground ourselves more than ever in the gospel. Your vision that states that you wish your graduates to be a transformative force in the church has never been more essential. Think of how many people cannot hear Christ's good news because of the behavior of some members of the church. The exposure of that behavior clouds over the devotion and work of so many in the church and the message of the gospel. Make no mistake about it. Even if it rarely gets the media coverage that the abuse crisis gets, there are millions of incredible followers of Christ living the gospel heroically every day. Many could use some real encouragement. We must all contribute to the transformation the church needs, and you are especially well equipped to lead in that. Your gifts and the efforts you have made to better understand and articulate the message of the gospel is such a great gift to the church. Pope Francis labels it often the joy of the gospel. That is the great gift you bring, helping us to see that the ultimate good news really is the gospel. Thank you for all the work and sacrifice that has gone into the preparation and for your commitment to be that transformative force in the church. I promise you my prayers for your success, and thank you again for this great honor.